Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Jurnee Taylor. Here are the big stories we're following this afternoon. Close to 1,000 people are still unaccounted for in Maui as the death toll from devastating wildfires continues to climb. We'll have a closer look at what officials are doing today in less than 5 minutes. Plus, experts say back-to-school anxiety can have a negative effect on students during the school year. We're sharing a few ways to prevent those stressors at 12:07. And a North Little Rock restaurant known for helping its community is getting a little help of its own. The exciting upgrades coming to Lindsay's Hospitality a little later. And now for a look in the weather department. It's a surprise. It's Chief Meteorologist Tom Brannon.
Surprise.
Surprise. Tom, did you bring this heat with you? You could have kept the heat.
I'm responsible for the cool, comfortable readings.
Okay.
Nathan and Scott are responsible for all the heat.
Noted.
They're off today, so that's why I'm here joining you this afternoon.
Yes.
And it's been beautiful. We've really enjoyed the nice conditions outside, and it's not too terribly bad right now. Little Rock right now coming in at 85 degrees, low 80s north, middle 80s south, and it is going to change. The heat is going to turn up a notch or two over the coming days. So I hope you enjoyed the brief break from August. It felt a little bit like September, but August is on the way back. Look for the afternoon highs to reach into the lower to mid 90s. Lots of sunshine today. There will be a weak frontal boundary that'll push through later on tonight. That just reinforces dry conditions, but by the time we hit late weekend of the weekend, the humidity is back. Temperatures go up. We're talking about 100-degree possibilities as we approach the end of the weekend and early next week. Also, we're going to try to find some rain. We need some rain. We'll do that coming up in a few moments. Back to you, Jurnee.
All right, thank you, Tom. Well, we're following developing news out of West Memphis this afternoon. There's now a $2,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of an armed and dangerous man accused of multiple sex crimes against children. Tyler Watkins is accused of rape, child grooming, and several other charges. He was set to appear in a West Memphis courtroom this week, but he never showed up. Officers later searched his home to find he wasn't there, and his ankle monitor was cut off. The search for Watkins has now exceeded 24 hours, and people in the area are questioning why would he be released with such serious crimes against him.
Didn't even know that this guy was working, so some kind of way he was supposed to have been on the monitor, and he was going to work, and they didn't even know he was working. They actually wasn't keeping up with this guy. This guy is a real predator. He shouldn't have been allowed bond.
The search is currently being led by the Crittenden County Sheriff's Department. Marion and West Memphis Police are also stepping in to help. In Pine Bluff, a search is underway for a man police are also calling a dangerous suspect. 38-year-old Darren Jones is wanted for first-degree battery, a terroristic act, and aggravated assault. Police consider him armed and dangerous, and anyone with information is asked to call the Pine Bluff Detective Tip Line. Meanwhile, Pine Bluff police make a second arrest in a daily drive-by shooting from last month. 19-year-old Trenton Rogers turned himself in yesterday, exactly 1 month after the July shooting on 17th and Hazel. He and Javion Williams are charged with capital murder in the deaths of a 14 and 17-year-old. An 18-year-old was also shot but survived. In other news, a Benton man now in custody after allegedly sending a threatening message or messages to an elementary school. Police say 61-year-old William Boyd made a possible threat against Angie Grant Elementary late Tuesday night. He was identified and taken in for questioning early Wednesday morning. Boyd was charged with communicating a false alarm for sending threatening messages. In Fort Smith, police arrest a high schooler after finding a gun in a backpack yesterday. It happened at Northside High School. Officers responded to a call of a student vaping at the school. They searched the student's backpack and found the gun, then arrested them on felony charges. The school district says no one was hurt. The death toll in Maui now stands at 111 following last week's devastating wildfires, and only a handful of those victims have been positively identified. And now emergency managers on the island are defending their decision not to activate warning sirens. Diane Backus reports from Maui.
Wildfire survivors in Maui have been showing up at this temporary morgue searching for closure.
I feel sorry for all the families, what they lost. They lost their family, their homes. Yeah. And Maui is hurting.
Lahaina resident Michael Richter lost his home during the fire, and his stepdad, 79-year-old James Smith.
He's gone. I just want to identify the body.
Out of the rubble and ash, Richter managed to find his dog with burns to his body and paws, but still alive.
I just screamed his name one last time, and he just popped up. His eyes were just shut, and he was black.
As the search and recovery effort continues, the head of Maui's Emergency Management Agency is defending his decision not to activate sirens when the fires broke out.
Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone malka. And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire.
I think any warning would have been extremely helpful.
These harrowing images out of Maui illustrate the desperation among residents who got caught in the inferno.
Oh my gosh.
Lahaina resident Kikoa Lansford used his truck that day to rescue as many people as he could.
Some of them I grab them and then I feel bad for them. Like I grab them and they scream, you know. I saw dead bodies, smoke, burnt people. The worst part is the kids.
And officials fear because school was out, many of the victims yet to be found could very well be children. Rescuers estimate more than 1,000 people are still unaccounted for. Danya Backus, CBS News, Maui.
Well, the official cause of the fires is still under investigation and a sign of recovery. Public schools across Maui have now reopened, welcoming many students who are displaced. Meanwhile, Red Cross volunteers from Arkansas are headed to Hawaii to help out with relief efforts following the deadly wildfire there. More than 300 American Red Cross volunteers, including many Arkansans, have been deployed. Some are already there helping with the recovery efforts, and Staff Relations Manager Wesley Smith, who is from Arkansas, says that the main issue they're focusing on is getting misplaced families back together again.
Every single person in Hawaii was impacted by this fire in some way, whether it was themselves or somebody that they knew. It wasn't just on this island. People from all of the islands have been impacted, specifically by the Lahaina fire.
Smith says the American Red Cross will also be providing physical support services like food, shelter, and water. And headed back to school can be stressful for children, especially if they found the previous school year to be challenging. Danya Backus has details on resources to help parents address these concerns before they turn into bigger problems.
Fifth grader Sophia Schmidt has been dealing with anxiety since she was in kindergarten. Her mother, Megan, says it started affecting her behavior.
Retreating from activities that she's always loved to do, wanting to stay closer to myself and my husband.
They say therapy helped address it, but once the pandemic hit, Sophia's fears of getting sick made it difficult for her to return to school. Even now, she feels anxious starting a new school year.
What are some of the things that kind of worry you or make you a little nervous about going back to school?
Meeting new people, and also if my teacher's nice.
According to a new survey, 71% of parents say something made the previous school year challenging for their child.
Parents identified safety concerns, academics, bullying, and mental health concerns, as well as social connection, as the top concerns that they saw their kids struggling with.
Dr. Whitney Ragland Bignall is a pediatric psychologist and associate clinical director for On Our Sleeves, a movement for children's mental health.
We have to start having conversations and start to see what they're thinking and feeling, how they thought last year went.
To help facilitate those discussions, On Your Sleeves has created resources for parents, which include conversation starters. Megan and Sophia say they've helped.
I don't always know the right questions to get to the root. Some suitable questions to ask to try to get there has been very, very helpful.
It helps a lot because I feel like I can get it off my mind and help me not worry.
And feel less stress with the anticipation of the new school year. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Now, experts say parents should continue to check in with their child during the school year and problem solve as a family and the teacher to address issues that arise. Well, there are some big changes coming to a brand new security tool at airports across the country. At 12:17, while you may have to still show your ID even after scanning your face. Plus, a staple of North Little Rock getting national recognition this week, the historic business serving up hospitality and the help that's on the way after the break. Tom?
Well, I wish I could be more hospitable, but unfortunately I can't. Heat is going to return. So I do hope you enjoyed the nice weather we've had these last few days. It is going to get hotter and more humid. Not much in the way of any rain in the forecast. We'll detail that after the break.